The controversy surrounding the death of Virginia Giuffre continues to deepen. Actress Rosanna Arquette is now publicly questioning whether Giuffre's death in 2025 was truly a suicide. In a recent interview, Arquette made her position unmistakably clear, saying, "I knew Virginia. I don't think she killed herself." The claim is reigniting debate around the tragic death of one of the most prominent survivors to speak out against Jeffrey Epstein and the powerful figures connected to his case. Virginia Giuffre died in April 2025 at the age of 41. At the time, her family released a statement saying she had died by suicide. They described her as a lifelong survivor of sexual abuse and trafficking who had dedicated her life to helping others who endured similar trauma. The family called Giuffre a fierce warrior in the fight against sexual exploitation. In their statement, they emphasized that despite the immense challenges she faced throughout her life, she remained a source of strength and hope for other survivors. But about a year after Giuffre's death, Rosanna Arquette is expressing deep skepticism about the official explanation. Speaking to the Times of London, the actress said she had personally known Giuffre and had spent time speaking with women who accused Epstein. Arquette explained that her connection to these survivors runs deep. Calling them warriors, she said she had many conversations with the women involved in the Epstein case and admired their courage in speaking out. She also emphasized the need to continue protecting survivors who come forward with allegations of abuse. When asked directly if she believed Giuffre died by suicide, Arquette's response was short but powerful. She said simply, "I do not." Arquette's connection to the issue is also personal. Like many women in Hollywood who spoke out during the Me Too movement, she previously made allegations against disgraced film producer Harvey Weinstein. Arquette claimed that during an encounter in the 1990s at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, Weinstein grabbed her hand and tried to force it toward his genitals. The producer denied the accusation. Still, Arquette has long been outspoken about the treatment of women in powerful industries and the difficulties survivors face when challenging influential figures. That background, she says, helped her build a bond with the women who accused Epstein. Arquette is not the only person who has questioned the circumstances surrounding Giuffre's death. Soon after her passing in 2025, Giuffre's father, Sky Roberts, publicly called for a deeper investigation. Roberts pointed to past social media posts in which Giuffre had stated she did not have suicidal thoughts. Her attorney, Kari Loudon, also expressed surprise after learning of her death. In interviews at the time, Loudon said she had seen no indication that Giuffre was considering suicide. Those comments fueled speculation online and prompted renewed scrutiny of the circumstances surrounding the tragedy. However, authorities never announced evidence contradicting the original determination. Virginia Giuffre became one of the most prominent voices in exposing Epstein's trafficking network. She alleged that Epstein and his longtime associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, trafficked her to powerful men while she was still a teenager. Among those she accused was Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Giuffre claimed she was trafficked to then Prince Andrew multiple times, including when she was 17 years old in 2001. The disgraced royal denied the allegations and famously told the BBC's Newsnight in 2019 that he had no recollection of ever meeting her. Later, in 2022, Andrew reached a private settlement with Giuffre after she filed a sexual assault lawsuit in the United States. The agreement included no admission of wrongdoing. The wider Epstein case has continued to fuel global controversy. Epstein himself died in August 2019 while awaiting trial for federal sex trafficking charges. Meanwhile, his aide Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted in 2021 and later sentenced to 20 years in prison. Maxwell has continued to maintain her innocence. Now, with Rosanna Arquette openly questioning the circumstances of Giuffre's death, the discussion around Epstein's victims is once again back in the spotlight as they carry forward Giuffre's fight for justice.
And it's not a haystack that's been arranged to make it easy for us to find the most relevant information.
Trump's Justice Department has broken the law, blacking out page after page. This is their version of releasing the files. That's it. That's all they do.
Urging each country to launch independent investigations into every single person of power named in these files.
The yellow files here are the files that President Trump is hiding. The yellow files here are investigations with a woman who was abused as a minor and who alleged that Donald Trump was her abuser. These are the files that they are hiding, among many millions of more.
The recent release of materials highlights this, as the names of many powerful individuals remain redacted, while the names, personal data, and even images, nude images, of many victims were released.
The people can decide it is time for change. So don't look away from us. Don't look away from Virginia.
Investigators committed to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's crimes in New Mexico, find out what happened at Zorro Ranch, and hold perpetrators and enablers accountable.
Today, the world will see Donald Trump have to face these survivors right there in the House gallery and answer for why ambassadors and princes have been arrested in other countries. But here in America, not a single investigation has been announced into the pedophiles and the predators of Epstein's horrific sex trafficking ring.
Today, we are here proudly representing our sister, Virginia Giuffre, standing with members of Congress and with survivors across the nation and across the world. Because Virginia's story is the story so many survivors know too well. A mountain of obstacles that seem impossible to climb. Pain so deep, it doesn't fit into words. And a system that too often makes the survivor carry the burden instead of the perpetrator. But I am here to say proudly and with absolute conviction that what Virginia did for this world will not be in vain. She may have left this earth, but her soul is still here. It lives in every survivor who decides to speak. It lives in every victim who is still finding their voice. And it lives in every person who refuses to accept a country where exploitation is met with impunity.
As we prepare to attend the State of the Union, survivors and this country have so many questions that need to be answered. The first one is, where are the rest of the files? The truth must come out. Why are there no investigations when there are plenty of people in these files to investigate? Have we read them? Why is the FBI director out there partying like a college kid when he should be investigating the vast criminal enterprise? This administration needs to do better. How can anybody feel safe in this country when our president's sympathies are going to the former Prince Andrew and not to survivors?